The thing that has always stayed with me is the fact that I always had a burning desire and passion to make people believe they can achieve the impossible. So I'm Agass. I'm an elite triathlon coach for Tri-Sutto. You know, I've done all distances: sprint, Olympic, 70.3s and Ironmans. And I've done every single distance before I coached. So back in like 2010, 2011, I was quite a competitive athlete at a reasonably good age group level, putting in some good hours. Like most athletes, you want to really kind of achieve the best you can be. Out on the training rides, it was probably one of my last training rides before I was competing. Car just overtook me, pulled across the front of my front wheel. That's about as much as I can tell you. I've gone up in the air and I've come down, landed on this part of my head, hit the side of the car, and then my head hit the pavement. And I was very lucky that I was wearing a bike helmet. From the day of the accident, within the next sort of 74 hours, my brain had just shut my body down. I got diagnosed with a minor brain injury. They said that I'd probably never compete in triathlons again, and I'd be quite lucky if I ever made a full recovery in just general, everyday mobility and stuff like that. I made a phone call to my consultant. He's my neurologist, and I said to him, look, what's the worst thing that's going to happen to me if I start training and just doing everything I was before the accident? And he just said that the worst thing that could ever happen to me was I'd spend a day in bed or 2 days in bed. I just went, oh, that's it then. I'm just going to give it a crack. And about 8 months after my accident, I'd done 70.3. And then literally 1 year to the day of my accident, I'd done an Ironman. Yeah, I've been a professional triathlon coach for over 10 years, and I've worked with some of the best athletes and coaches in the world to date. I found out about Brett very early in my triathlon life, really, and one of the things that kind of attracted me to Brett was he had a kind of similar background to me in the fact that he'd done boxing. I went to St Moritz, joined up with the Tri-Sutto squads, met up with Robbie Haywards. He introduced me to all the elite squads, Nicholas Spirig, Daniel Arif, to name a couple. And then Brett came along, and it was it was quite surreal. I stood poolside, and everything that Brett was saying to the squad, whether it was to do with technique, whether it was to do with swimming lengths, I was just notebook, pen. I was taking just so many notes, and he walked up to me on the first day and he said, look, put the pen and paper down and just come over and stand next to me and use these and these and you'll be fine. Brett's the best coach in the world, and I generally don't think there would ever be another triathlon coach as good as him, and I think if I can be a percentage of what he's done, I'll be a very happy person. But to be part of the
the Tri-Sutto setup and part of the team is you're being invited to a world of top-class knowledge.
I think it's his experience. He's done 15 odd years, 16 odd years of training, and as well as just being a coach, he's also done it himself. So he knows what we're going through all the time. He knows the ups and the downs. He knows when you have mental blocks. He knows how it feels to achieve something that you wanted to achieve for ages.
I can honestly say that Perry's attention to detail and coaching style is by far the most thorough that I've ever experienced. I've had several coaches over the last couple of years, and Perry's method above and beyond what I've ever experienced. I feel very comfortable with Perry moving forwards, and I completely feel that he's got my best interests at heart. And
well, he goes out of his way to connect with you personally and find what works for you and what doesn't work for you. He'll take all aspects of your life and then put it into this package which just works for each individual athlete. So it's very personalised things, and he goes out of his way to do all of this stuff for all his athletes, and he just gives up his time like no other person I know.